Afghanistan's Hindu Kush mountains are some of the most isolated and forbidding in the world. But underneath these snow-capped peaks, some 3,000 metres above sea level, hundreds of men are hard at work. A network of mine shafts, hundreds of metres long, riddle the mountains of the Panjshir Valley. They have been worked for decades by locals who have absolutely no training in mining techniques or any modern equipment. But in the sixth poorest country in the world, these men are desperate to take a tiny share of Afghanistan's vast, untapped mineral wealth. In this valley, they are after emeralds.
I am working here to pay my bills. I have found $5,000 in 5 years.
Squeezed between three of the world's great mountain ranges, Afghanistan is packed full of valuable metals, including copper, iron and precious gems. The emeralds of the Panjshir are considered to be some of the finest in the world, challenging only those found in Colombia in terms of quality. Mining is the single most important local industry in this area of the Panjshir. During the jihad against the Soviet Union in the 1980s, and later when the Taliban regime attempted to seize the area, profits from the emerald trade helped pay for the defence of the fortress-like valley.
When the Taliban were in Kabul and threatening the Panjshir, all the routes in for importing goods were blocked. God was kind to us and gave us these mines for us to feed our army.
The miners still use explosives removed from some of the thousands of unexploded bombs and landmines left over from Afghanistan's 3 decades of war. But such barely controlled explosions do terrible damage to the mineral seams. The blasts fill the emeralds with tiny cracks, making them cloudy and destroying much of their value. Geologists say the honeycomb of tunnels is also destroying the internal structure of the mountains, threatening internal collapse at any moment. The miners do not have any safety equipment, and they put their lives on the line for the chance to find an emerald. The fuses, bought in a village a 3-hour hike away, give the miners just 45 seconds to run the hundreds of meters towards the daylight.
It's dangerous. Lighting the bomb is dangerous. Taking the rocks out is dangerous. Drilling is dangerous. Everything is dangerous. We're under a mountain. The tunnels can collapse at any moment. I lost 2 of my friends. We were 3 people, and then a bomb exploded, and then I was the only person left.
The men also pay a personal price, living up in the mountains away from their families for weeks on end. There are no mobile phone networks here. Their only contact with the outside world is a supply donkey that arrives every couple of days with a little food and even more explosives. Many of them say they haven't found any emeralds in months, and can only stay in the mines because of the financial support of their families.
It's been 11 years since I've worked here, and I haven't found anything. There are many people who work very hard and don't find anything. I've made just $100 or $200, which is nothing.
In the freezing winter temperatures, the men do not just work inside the mines, but live in rooms and kitchens carved into the rock. International donors think that if these mines were better run, the Afghan economy would be boosted by hundreds of millions of dollars a year. New equipment and know-how would certainly be a huge boost to the Panjshir, but the miners here hope that it will reduce the terrible human cost as well.